Good morning students. Today we will discuss about the differential pulse code modulation. The analog and digital signals are used to transmit the information. Means to say information that is to be transmitted is maybe in the analog format or in maybe the digital format. In the both the technologies, the information such as the audio and video is actually transmitted by the electric means to say by the electromagnetic waves or by the electric or optical signals. But the difference between the analog and digital transmission technologies is that in the analog technology, the information is in the form of electric pulses of varying amplitude. Means to say in the analog technology, the signal is of the variable amplitude signal that can hold the infinite number of the sets of the amplitude. But in the digital technology, the information is in the binary format, in the form of 0 and 1, where the bit 0 is represented by the low amplitude level and bit 1 is represented by the high amplitude level when it is transmitted by the electric means by the electromagnetic waves at the transmission time. In the real world, most of the information present is in the analog format, like as our video, text or a speech that has the variable amplitude signal or that can be easily represented by the variable amplitude signal, means to say that is characterized easily by the analog signals. But here question arises, why we use the digital modulation? Because in the digital modulation it also requires the many manipulations, like as we have to convert the firstly the signal from analog to the digital format for the transmission, and after the reception it is to be converted into the analog again. Because we do all the process, because digital modulation technique has the many advantages over the analog modulation techniques. Analog modulation, or we can say the analog transmission techniques, like as first is the digital data can be easily compressed. Digital data, whenever we use the digital data that is in the form of 0 and 1, it is easily compressed. We can minimize the data. And what is the advantage of doing that? When we compress the data, the transmission bandwidth and signaling rate is also reduced. Second is that any information in the digital format can be encrypted. Encrypted means to say that that data can be coded or security coded, we can say that. When the encryption is applied, at the receiving end, the person who have the encryption keys can decrypt that, decode that, so that by using this the data is very secure. Next is equipment that we use for the digital signals is more common and less expensive. For the digital processes we use the microcontrollers and the other systems that is easily available, and the cost of that systems are very less. Next is digital signal makes running instruments free from observation error like parallax and the approximation error. The data is that at the reading end, when we take the readings, when we take the observation in the digital format, it is much more error free than the analog signal. Like as we take the example of the analog and digital watch. For the digital watch, we can take the exact reading of the time because it is in the numeric format. But in the analog signal, where the points of the watch, it is create an error of 1-2 seconds or 1-2 minutes. Next is easy to transmit the data over the network. Digital data transmission is much more easier. Easier in means to say that the data has very less errors, because in the analog format the information is in the variable amplitude levels and the noise and the interference affect the amplitude of the signals easily. But in the digital format the information lies in the format of the 0 and 1. If there is any error in the amplitude but the data is in the 0 and 1 format, So that is can be easily transmitted without any error. So because due to these advantages, we use the digital transmission techniques more. As we discussed, maximum information lies in the analog format, and digital modulation or digital transmission has the many advantages over the analog transmission method. So firstly, our requirement is the conversion of data from the analog to the digital format. The pulse code modulation is the method that is used to convert an analog signal into the digital signal, so that the modified analog signal can be transmitted through the digital communication network. PCM is in the binary format, so it has only the two possible states. The state of the low means to the 0 value, and the state of high means to the 1 value. And at the receiving end, we get back our analog signal by the demodulation process. The pulse code modulation process is done in the 3 steps. First step is the sampling, second is the quantization, and third is the coding process. In the sampling process, it converts the analog signal, or we can say that a continuous time signal, to the discrete time signal. That signal can also be termed as the pulse amplitude modulated signal, because in the pulse amplitude modulated signal, the signal is also in the term of the different amplitude signal at the various interval of the times. After that sampled signal, the quantization is done. Quantization is a process of approximation, or we can say that it round offs the signal. It converts the discrete time signal and a variable amplitude signal to a number of sets. After that quantization, the signal is converted into the complete discrete signal. Means to say that the signal is in the complete discrete, means to say that it is in the discrete in time and discrete in the amplitude as well. From this process, we get in number of sets only. Yani say एक analog signal that has the infinite number of levels of the amplitude and the time is now converted into the finite number of the amplitudes and finite number of the times. After that, this signal is encoded, because now the signal has a finite number of the sets. By using the finite number of the bits, the signal is coded into the form of the 0 and 1 by using any of the coding technique that depends on the system. If we use the enhanced coding technique, the security is according to that. Pulse code modulation has very disadvantages, like as it requires the high signaling rate and the wider transmission bandwidth, because it requires to transmit all the bits that are used to encode the data. The number of bits, however, the number of the bits and the signaling rate can be reduced by reducing the number of the bits, and the number of bits can be reduced if we use the wider the higher the step size. But here one problem also arises. If we choose the number of the step sizes, keep the large, then there is a quantization error will be increase. So at the cost of the error, the signaling rate and the transmission bandwidth can be reduced. So to overcome these disadvantages, we use the other techniques that overcome the disadvantages of the pulse code modulation. One technique is the differential pulse code modulation. The DPCM works on the fact that any signal does not changes very fast, but it may be observed that the samples of the signals are highly correlated with each other. This means that its value from the present sample to the next sample does not differ by a large amount. The adjacent samples of the signals carry the same information with the little difference, and when these samples are encoded by the standard PCM system, it results in the encoded signal contains some redundant information. Like as this time I am speaking and there is a small variation in my voice, in the amplitude or in the frequency of my voice, and we encode this signal, there will be some redundancy in my signals code. This figure shows a continuous time signal xt dotted by the line. This signal is sampled by the flat top sampling at intervals Ts, 2Ts, 3Ts and NTS. Here it is still 10Ts. The sampling frequency is selected to be higher than the Nyquist rate. The sampling are coded by using the 3-bit means to the 7-level PCM. The sample is quantized to the nearest digital level as shown by the small circles on the figure. The encoded binary value of each sample is written on the top of the sample. We can observe from the figure that the samples taken at the 4Ts, 5Ts and 6Ts are encoded to the same value of 110. This information can be carried only by one sample, but 3 samples are carrying the same information, means that it is redundant. We consider another example of the samples taken at the 9Ts and the 10Ts. The difference between these samples only due to the last bit and the first 2 bits are redundant. Since they do not change, if this redundancy is reduced, then overall bit rate will decrease and the number of the bits required to transmit one sample will also be reduced. This type of digital pulse modulation scheme is known as the differential pulse code modulation. The differential pulse code modulation works on the principle of prediction. The value of the present sample is predicted from the past samples. The prediction may not be exact, but it is very close to the actual sample value. The figure shows the transmitter of the differential pulse code modulation system. The sample signal is denoted by the X bracket में N capital TS and the predicted signal is denoted by the X cap and TS. The comparator finds out the difference between the actual sample value and the predicted sample value. This is known as the prediction error and it is denoted by the error is equals to XNTS minus X cap NTS. Thus, error is the difference between the unquantized input signal and the prediction of it. The predicted value is produced by using the prediction filter. The quantizer output signal gap EQ and TS and the previous prediction is added and given as the input to the prediction filter. Means to say that our past values and the error is responsible for the prediction. According to the errors and the past values, we predicted the next signals. This signal is called the XQ and TS. This makes the prediction more and more close to the actual sampled signal. We can observe that the quantized error EQ and TS is very small and can be encoded by using a small number of bits. Thus, number of bits per sample are reduced in the differential pulse code modulation scheme. Figure shows the block diagram of differential pulse code modulation receiver. The decoder first reconstructs the quantized error signal from the incoming binary signal. Here the signal has an error signal only. The prediction filter output and the quantized error signal are summed up to give the quantized version of the original signal. Thus, the signal at the receiver differs from the actual signal by quantization error, which is introduced permanently in the reconstructed signal. Advantages of the differential pulse code modulation. The differential pulse code modulation requires the small difference voltage to quantize and encode the signal, because here the difference signal is used of the actual signal and the predicted signal, and the difference signal is the error signal that is very small of voltage, so it requires the small difference voltage. Second is the less number of bits and the labels. In the pulse mode modulation, we are transmitting all the bits for all the signals, but here for the redundant information is reduced, so the number of the bits and the number of label will be reduced. Because the number of the bits and the labels is reduced, so the signaling rate and the bandwidth is less than the pulse mode modulation.